Road effects are, yeah, very, very strong.
Hey everyone, we're going to get started today with a quick introduction video of the ERS3 by Next Level Racing. It's a great opportunity really to try this out side by side with my standard Sensit Haptics MTC-P Extreme seat cushion, but this is a fully integrated seat from LLR. You can see it was pretty heavy in the box and there's a ton of wiring, actually a plus point in their favour in terms of wire lengthening against Sensit. All in, assembly, sped up here of course, took me about 40-ish minutes all told. You've got the recliner handles covered in a sort of white plastic there, and it actually had a sticker underneath it that said do not touch, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I didn't want to buy the other integrated seat from LLR. That is one of the ugliest things I think I've ever seen in sim racing. You can make up your own mind, of course. I don't want to prejudice anyone. Tightening the final bolts here. Yeah, it was an interesting build up, and I decided to test it with a controller in my hand instead of using my standard kit, which is my Logitech RS50. So I didn't confuse the haptics with what was going on through my hands. And it also helped me do a side-by-side. Integration was going to be a real challenge onto my existing rig, and it was kind of a one-way street. Had to do it, and had to take my old one completely apart. So I chose not to in the end for this first trial. Here's me trying to operate the recliner and failing because you need two hands and to be sat on it. There's a little typo in the instructions as well. They asked for a 16mm M5 and only gave me 8mm ones to secure that little cover plastic. But we got there in the end. This kind of bolt cover thing here it's kind of cheap feeling, a little bit weird for a premium product, but we've got seat runners and sliders on it, which are highly valued naturally. Let's get into it then, starting with my first reaction, the positives, followed by the negatives.
Okay, wow. I've turned everything onto 50%. It's strong on 50%. Please forgive the driving. Right. Not picking up anything on gear change. I was hoping to get some gear change. Okay, road effects are, yeah, very, very strong. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Try and tune into that. Okay. That's a lot lower level. That's a lot more subtle. And it's much less like just being like on or off. I don't know why I'm getting this sort of rumble effect. I'm getting some tire effects, I suppose. Maybe that's something that they give you that you just don't appreciate properly. I do think suspension is quite good now that I can feel it. So I would recommend at this stage we'll try and half strength test the road effects, but I'm getting everything here. Okay, so what I'm feeling is it's more immersive than not having anything, right? And that's really cool, but it's transformative to your enjoyment of racing. Like, I would say, like, honestly, I would rather have a haptic seat than a wheel. It's just so much better. Ice cold tires. Yeah, bit of chatter on the tyres there as I come through the corner. There's the downshifts in the seat. That's good. So I'm feeling the downshifts. And at low speed, the shifts, maybe it's just a car thing. Maybe it's just this hypercar that clicking up through the gears is silky smooth. the downshifts you feel. Acceleration feels pretty good. Ooh, was hoping not to get slammed into that. A lot of everything going on in the seat. You would definitely need to turn this down to the point where and focus this effect, but because I'm feeling more road texture, I'm wondering whether this is actually better in the seat. Okay, no saving that one. Let's get out onto here and stop the car. That is the word with haptics, is consistency. Like I say, this is on a 50% test at the moment, and it's powerful. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's a decent amount of power, but at the moment there's a lot of sensation going on. I didn't expect the NLR ESR3 to be as strong as this. It's tricky. I probably spent 40 odd minutes unboxing and assembling the seat. I've spent, and that's not, like I say, that's not integrated onto my rig yet. It's sitting on the floor, and I have probably spent an hour and a half trying to get this switched on and working. Really annoying and difficult. But anyway, let's see what we can do. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. I'm getting a lot of very similar feeling through the seat. Initially, what I can tell you is I'm not feeling a lot of nuance in the effects. It's very on or off at this stage. Let's see if I can do something about it. It's just very, very busy on the seat there. So on the road, it's as if there's no bumps in Spa, and I think that is untrue. Limiter. And I will turn off suspension, so the only thing coming through the seat should be ground effect now, and then the stuff coming through the back should be rev limiter, gear shift, and no engine at all at this stage. Okay. That would be my approach now. Let's go back here. Okay. Nothing on rev limiter. No, there's nothing there at all. Right, a lot. Yeah, like what I'm saying, like everything is basically one frequency. Right, I got no warning about that at all. So that might be a little bit of lag, but I would expect to be able to do something to correct that skid. Let's see how that feels. The rev limiter, nothing at all. Just got nothing on that. Gear shift is pretty good. It comes in rather than a kick that I get with Sensit Haptics. I get like a thump in the back. The gear shift is like it's longer as an event, and it kind of goes. So there's like an engine effect. I guess the gear shift is taking longer audibly, but I do think that the Sensit, you're just saying there, Lee, that love that kick with the Sensit. Yeah, that's interesting. I do enjoy having the gear shift. I think it really adds something, and I like all the ancillary effects So far, anyway, I mean, I can't tune anything on the Next Level Racing system. I will see what I can do about it. I will raise a ticket with them to try and get SimHub integrated. I don't get it. Anyway, we're going to try suspension now. Let's try that. I'm not sure that I'm feeling anything that's helping me perform. Does that? I hope that makes sense. Let's go back to this then. Suspension was fun. Ground effect, I want to turn right down. I'm going to try it maybe 35% and turn that on. So suspension is a lot more subtle, and I'm waiting to see what happens with. I'm just really surprised that I don't have things like ABS and wheel slip and that kind of thing at the moment. Engine RPM. That's great for immersion, but not much of anything. Okay, for performance. So basically, I'm feeling the effects after the point at which I can do anything about it. We'll see if further calibration myself to the machine helps. Let's have a look. I imagine this is to do with tyre temperatures and condition. Still absolutely nothing as far as what the road is doing. Oof. Yep, certainly felt that collision. Like I say, I don't feel like I'm really getting much in the way of variance or like anything really. I could turn the strength up even higher. So I'm doing a 50% test right now. Okay, so there's a manual switch on the seat. It's a little bit cheap feeling. It's quite plastic. And I've switched it back to audio mode. So all I am getting is audio mode. I thought I was getting a good deal here with sorry, I need to put that on neutral. I thought I was getting a good amount of kick going on, which was on USB mode, but I'm not. This is audio mode. This is really confusing as to whether I'm getting any kind of effects here. So any kind of subtlety or degrees of change when I make a change on the app. It does appear like I'm in audio mode, which sucks. And I think I'm getting a fair bit of lag as a result. The way I race is all about immersion because I'm pretty rubbish. But I do find that the haptics on the Sensit Haptics help me to catch slides before they become a big instant. They become a small instant, and I can catch it in a way that I've never been able to similarly before, and that's on multiple platforms. GT7, LMU, Assetto Corsa, ACC. I find that they're way better in that regard, which is cool. And so while you might not get faster necessarily on your ultimate hot lap pace, although I think sometimes feeling the tyres really well helps, I think you save more instants, and sometimes, especially for endurance racing, that's what it's all about. All right, okay, so what I would say is that it's uncontrollable right now. let's go back to the garage and mend this car. It's probably part of the problem. Okay. So I am going to try the acceleration on now, and turn off the ground and suspension effects, just so I can get a feeling for what's happening with that. I don't know what acceleration means, but we're going to give it a go. The telemetry recording off. No, we're all right. Okay. I don't feel any rev limiter. Okay, so now with the acceleration, I'm getting a more immersive road surface, which I would have thought would have been ground effects, but it's not. Road acceleration feels more like road surface. Weirdly, and I was not expecting this, weirdly I think it's a little bit, what's the word? The seat is slightly less comfortable than I had expected it to be. I thought that the ERS3 would hands down beat the Sensit Haptics. It looks like a chunkier cushion. When you press the cushion with your hands, it's softer. But with my Sensit Haptics cushion on top of the carbon fiber fixed position seat that I've got, it's actually more comfortable than this. It's all happening. It feels it's all happening that step behind. But I do like the ERS3 recliner, even though the mechanism is a pain in the butt. So in a car, you've got a recliner in your seat. Those are usually operated by one hand. The ERS3, you have to use both hands at the same time, which is not good for limited mobility or inclusivity. You've got to use both at the same time. The handles say do not touch. Don't know why. But yes, you have to coordinate that and maneuver it around to get what you want. So yeah, it also has a really painful bit on the back of your head. Just at the back of the seat, there's this hard plastic hole, a little bit like I've got here, but I've got this kind of metallic hole surround behind me, and that's for my seat belts inserts and everything. But if I just rest my head back, it's really not comfortable on the base of your skull, and you can't actually get your hand into that part of the seat to maneuver the seat around or maneuver the rig around. It's really small, so it's just got these two seatbelt like parts to it, but there's really nothing to grip or hold on to. So yeah, it's got some good points. I think it's not as good as a haptic device in my out of the box first impression today, but I'll keep testing, and do let me know what you want me to test out, which game.
Well, there you have it, my first trial on LMU as an audio device. It was not a bad product by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not necessarily the best, and here in my view is the best integrated into my rig at the moment. This is my MTC-P Extreme sitting on my track racer TRX carbon fiber fixed seat. I go on in the live stream that this was taken from to go back to back with my rig, and you can see the differences. The reason I mention it's an audio device is because I can't connect my ERS3 into SimHub yet. I left a message on their message board, and I'll update you in the comments as and when they reply.